This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Brown versus Brown. You all are married. You've been together for 10 years. You've got 3 kids together. But a recent change in Mr. Brown's behavior may result in a permanent change to this relationship. Am I right, Ms. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. You've initiated this case today. Tell us why.
Me and Eli are like a very open couple. He's my best friend. We have no secrets. We even share phones sometimes. If he needs to use my phone, that's fine. If I need to use his phone, that's fine. It's never been an issue. Recently, there was an incident where I needed to use the flashlight on his phone. I go to put the password into the phone. It doesn't work. He looks at me and grabs the phone away, puts whatever the password is in now, and allows me to use the flashlight. So that means the password has changed, right?
Okay.
The next point that I have is we sleep naked. Always have our whole entire relationship, our whole entire marriage. That's something that we do. We're comfortable. That's how we sleep. Lately, Mr. Brown is covered up to the neck.
He's wearing a turtleneck to bed.
Covered up to the neck with the comforter, back turned to me, pajama pants and underwear on as if I'm turning my back. I want absolutely nothing.
It's cold. It's cold. She has a freezing cold in the house.
So he put a passcode on his privates, too.
Yes, yes, Your Honor. That is exactly what I'm thinking. And the last issue I'm thinking, Your Honor, is he has a business. All of a sudden, before business calls were handled in front of me, I know about your clients, I know what's going on, so that's fine, right? I'm supposed to know those things. All of a sudden, now the phone rings. Where's Eli? Running to the bathroom. Why can't you answer the phone in front of me?
She knows why I do that. She knows why I do that.
Why is everything in the bathroom?
We got the kids running around crazy. We got the TV on. I gotta be professional. I got a business. I'm trying to keep my business afloat, get more customers. I just want to be professional, but she's thinking something else.
Okay,
So,
what is this business that you have that means you got to take private calls?
I have a painting business.
Painting?
Yeah, painting.
Okay.
Yes.
Like painting houses?
Painting
or...
houses, businesses, anywhere.
Okay, so commercial painter.
Yeah.
So what is it about a commercial painter that you have to go into another room? I mean, we've had our house painted.
Well, you know, when somebody's picking those colors, they need you. They need you privately.
In a private room?
I want...
That nobody else can hear the colors?
I want to pick teal for the bathroom. You gotta do that on the low-low.
But teal number 1 or teal number 2?
Well, I kind of feel teal number 3. That's what I'm feeling. So you want to do that on the low-low. Am I right?
You're right.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So in this chaos, what makes you think that he's cheating now?
On Facebook, Eli happened to post a picture of me. Eli is a leg man. He loves my legs. That was like one of the first things he said that he liked about me. I know it's strange. I do have wonderful legs. But, Your Honor, okay, we start getting likes and comments. Everybody's enjoying the picture. All of a sudden, somebody comes out of nowhere and says, well, if you like your wife so much, then why are you in my inbox?
And Ms. Brown, you submitted your recollection of that Facebook post to the court,
Yes,
correct?
I did.
All right, let's take a look at that. If you love your wife so much, why are you in my inbox?
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
That does beg the question, why were you in her inbox so much?
I shouldn't have been. I should have ignored her. I should have.
So you admit you were in her inbox?
She was in mine first. I didn't go talking to her. She came talking to me.
I didn't ask you who did it first. Okay.
Right?
This isn't 3rd grade. We're talking about adult stuff here, okay?
Exactly. Yes. Exactly, Your Honor.
You admit you were in her inbox.
I was.
In a manner that you shouldn't have been.
I shouldn't have been. I don't know why I
But
did
see,
it.
I want to get to what happened after that, Your Honor. She comes to my personal inbox on Facebook and sends me screenshots of where he was in her inbox, sending eyes emojis, like, I guess, what's up type thing, and it said, what's popping?
Well, she was looking good. She was looking good. I was weak at the moment. I was weak.
Okay.
I was weak.
That's an admission you probably should not have made, but okay, let's go with that.
So, Ms. Brown, did you ever confront this woman or talk to this woman or ask her anything?
Your Honor, I don't ask questions to females because at the end of the day, I'm his wife and he owes me something. She doesn't owe me anything. She doesn't owe me anything. You do.
Okay.
I am so glad to hear you say that because so many folk come in here and they want to box with the woman, and I'm like, she ain't got nothing with you. This is the one.
Exactly. So he gets double the anger. He gets it for her. He gets the anger for her and him.
So we've got this Facebook thing, and he admits that he shouldn't have been there. And so you all work through that. Have you found anything that makes you think he's cheating?
Oh, my goodness. Let me get to this story, Your Honor. Okay, so Friday nights is his night. Eli leaves out on Friday nights. I don't see Eli till about 6 o'clock in the morning to maybe 12 o'clock p.m. That may be the times that he's gonna come in the door.
It looked bad.
The
but
next
it's not.
day?
It just looks bad.
Day.
It just looks bad.
The next day. The absolute next day.
Does he tell you where he's going?
She knows I'm not doing nothing. No.
Oh my goodness, this
She
is
knows.
the thing. Oh, I'm going to the studio. I went to the studio with my friend. Eli's never rapped a day in his life.
So he disappears, and you claim you're at the studio.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you don't rap?
Well, you know, anybody been to the studio know how that goes. I mean,
No, I don't know. So I'm asking.
Look, pretend we haven't been to the studio. Tell us how it goes.
I mean, you support artists, you help write, help produce, you know, things like that. You know what I mean? And,
you
know,
helping writing and producing.
Yeah, I do. I do a little bit, not a lot. I just help write and stuff like that.
So we got a Renaissance man. He paints, he writes, he produces.
I do it all.
Exactly.
I do it all.
If you're doing all this, why didn't your wife know about this?
She knew about that. She don't believe me.
Have you ever taken her with you?
No.
Oh,
So
that
is it,
might be a novel approach. Take your wife with you.
Who's gonna watch kids?
You know what? If you real serious, you figure out a babysitter. This your hometown, you know somebody can babysit.
well,
Thank
okay, well, hold on for a minute, because I gotta.
Thank you.
I understand where you're going with that. I'm not sure I agree with it, because you need time to hang out with
You
your
don't agree
friends.
with me?
I don't agree with you on this. No, because you need time to hang out with your friends. I need time to hang out with my friends. Guys need time with guys. Girls
Yeah.
need time with girls. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that inherently. You're saying, well, if you're going out, you need to take your wife with you.
Not every time. I agree. I agree to this extent. Not every time.
Okay.
But he's saying that he's never taken her out with him. Poor choice. And the other part of it is just disappearing off the face of the earth. No.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
So, Ms. Brown,
See, he does agree with me.
to a degree. I agree with you to a degree.
Exactly.
So, Ms. Brown, when he finally gets home, what do you say to him?
Do you mind if I show you?
Oh, absolutely.
yes.
You got an exhibit.
Yes, I actually do.
All right,
Okay.
let's see what you
Oh,
got.
wow.
Okay, Your Honor.
Ron, you gonna help her out?
I got to see this.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm getting the girls in the car. We're getting ready to go.
Okay.
Normal family day. Okay, of course, when I get in the car, Eli has the seat all revved all the way back, and his legs are longer than mine, so of course the seat is all the way pulled back. Now I look around the car, my sandals are in the back, that's always there, and I always keep a bottle of perfume. Those are things that, you know, women just always have random stuff in the car, and those are two things that I always leave. So I'm in the car, I'm pushing the seat forward, pushing the seat forward, pushing the seat forward. I hear a plunk. What was that sound? I look, and before I know it, a box of condoms falls out from in between the seats.
I can explain
Okay.
it.
All right.
So you're-
Yeah, we gonna let you do that.
Okay.
You can believe that.
All right.
So the first thing I do, Your Honor, I grab that, and the next thing I do is say, let me check for my limited edition perfume.
Okay.
So I start checking around. The sandals are there. I'm fine with that. I'm looking like, okay, let me check the glove box. That is where I usually keep the perfume, in my glove box. I'm looking, it's not there. I say, okay, let me give it a chance. I jump in the back seat, it's not there. I jump in the third row, it's not there.
Okay.
I jump in the trunk, it's not there.
You are trying to find this perfume.
Oh, I wanted my limited edition, Your Honor. I won't get it again.
Okay.
So I take the box of condoms and I proceed to asking Eli, where did these come from? Now, remind you, it's a female been in my car, clearly. Why is condoms in the car?
Right.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Brown. Let me have you step back to the podium. Mr. Brown.
Your Honor.
All right.
That looks very bad.
Really?
Very bad.
Exactly.
Look, I'm glad you saved me the trouble of having to say that.
But I let my friend use the car. I was at the studio. He's at the studio. He said he needed to go to the store. Long story short, she goes get in the car. I didn't check the car. She come back. You didn't tell me. You threw the condoms at me when you came in the house.
Well, I said I showed him.
Well, that's not being.
I didn't say how.
She showed you all right.
My friend had the car. I don't know what he did with it, but why would I leave condoms in the car? Why I wouldn't even do it like that? That's stupid now.
And that's what you're telling this court. You are not involved with any other women.
No.
And you did not have those condoms for the purpose of being with some other women.
No. I don't use condoms. I only have sex with her. We don't use condoms.
Which makes it even more suspicious that there are condoms, because the fact that you don't use them and now there are condoms in her car, she's like, okay, what is this? All right, so Miss Brown, have you ever caught him with another woman?
A woman did come in my inbox on Facebook and say that she FaceTimed with Eli while nude. And I'm assuming they had phone sex through the FaceTime, because she definitely said they were nude.
Both of them were nude.
Oh, yes. She was proud to admit that.
So it wasn't just her, it was him too.
Absolutely.
So not just phone sex, video sex, basically.
Yes, exactly. And she was very happy to tell me about it.
Mr. Brown, were you having video sex with some other woman?
I got caught up in the moment. I'm sorry.
Oh.
But I didn't touch it.
You didn't touch her, but you touched you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So you're saying you didn't have any physical sexual contact with this woman. It was all just via video.
It was random. I got caught in the moment. I shouldn't have done it. I apologize to her, but still, she shouldn't have went her inbox told. I still don't see the point of telling her that.
Okay, but here's the thing.
If that woman had a man at the time, I would go in his inbox, tell him, and mess her up.
But you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on why the woman told her instead of focusing on why you were doing what you were doing in the first place. That's where your focus needs to be.
Absolutely.
You can't control other people, but you can control you.
That's true. I'm working on that.
So let me make sure I got this straight, Mr. Brown. Your testimony to this court today is that you've never physically cheated on your wife.
Yes, I never did it.
And Ms. Brown, I see you kind of shaking your head. I see the expression on your face. You kind of want to believe that, but I think you don't.
Exactly, Your Honor.
And that's why you're here today, and that's why you need answers today.
Exactly. I need answers today. I really need to know, because this determines what the future of our family.
And what is at stake?
Everything.
Mr. Cutler, it is all on the line. It is heartbreak in the making right here in front of us.
And Ms. Brown needs to know where this relationship is going and whether it's going to go forward.
Exactly.
And she needs answers.
Right.
Yes.
And to help her get these answers, this court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will call certified polygraph examiner Kendall Shull to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please escort Mr. Shull in. Mr. Shull, good day.
Good day, Your
How are you
Honor.
doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you, sir.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Would you state your credentials, please, for the court?
I spent almost 30 years with the FBI in Washington, D.C. When I retired, I was actually chief of the entire FBI's polygraph program. I think I'm the only person in the world that's got a master's degree in polygraph.
And you conducted a polygraph examination on Mr. Brown, is that correct?
I did, Your Honor.
You asked Mr. Brown, did you have physical sexual contact with a woman from Facebook who commented on the photo you posted of your wife's legs? What was his response to that question?
He said no, Your Honor.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined he was being truthful, Your Honor.
All right, let me ask this one. You asked Mr. Brown, since the start of your relationship with Mrs. Brown, have you had sexual intercourse with any woman other than your wife? What was his response?
He said no, Your Honor.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown, you had some inappropriate behavior. You've admitted inappropriate behavior. What are you gonna do differently?
I gotta man up and treat her better and put her first and stop being stupid.
There it is.
Stop being selfish.
Stop. There it is.
You all have been together for 4 years, married for 3, and you have 2 daughters together.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Braxton, why have you brought your wife to court today?
I'm here to see if my wife cheated with her ex-boyfriend. That's why I'm here today. My family means a lot to me, and got a cloud hanging over our family right now, and I just want to get past it. And I'm a man that stands on principles, so I don't want to be a statistic as far as a divorcee, and I got daughters, so I want them to see a solid man.
Braxton, what are you here to prove?
I'm here to prove that I've been faithful to my husband. I know that some actions that I might have taken might have been wrong, but as far as any infidelity or anything like that, I've only been with my husband. And I want to let him know so that we can get the trust back and move forward and just take care of our family and be happy.
So what is the current status of your relationship? Are you all together? What does it look like in your home?
It's definitely gotten rocky because, you know, we're real solid family. We have, you know, schedules and different things like that. Now it's more like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I got stuff in the car, trunk, brother's house, couch, wherever.
And that's not what I got married for. I want my husband home. I want him to sleep with me and not downstairs. That's why we're married, is to be together.
All right, so Mr. Braxton, you essentially have got 1 foot already out the door, and it's all because you believe she's cheating.
In so many words, Your Honor, yes.
All right, so if it turns out that she is cheating, you're gone.
The consequences is gonna be devastating.
And you understand what is at risk?
Yes, if my husband was to leave me, I would have to learn what it's like to become a single mother. That's something I know nothing of. Our family would be devastated financially. I do work part-time, but he's the primary breadwinner in our home, and I can't afford to lose him.
So the stakes are high.
Very high. Really, we're at home together, but we're not dealing with each other.
It feels like we're going through the motions sometimes. You know,
Where are you sleeping?
Sometimes on the couch, sometimes at my brother's crib. I mean, she doesn't even know this, but I've slept in the car before just because.
Okay, so you want him back in your bed?
Yes, I do.
Moreover, she wants her husband. She don't want a roommate, she wants her husband.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you want your wife.
Of course, yes.
So what I'm hearing from both of you, you want it to be like it was in the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me what that was like.
Very in love, very attracted to one another. He's very caring and attentive. When he and I met, we met at mutual friends, and when I saw him, I was very attracted to him, and I noticed him looking at me, and we just kind of locked eyes for a minute. It was just like everything froze.
I felt like I was on the hunt, and I had to get it. You know what I mean? I can't explain it. It's like
You
it's
saw
like
what you wanted, and you
seeing a deer. You know what I mean? I just had I wanted her. You know what I mean? I wanted her. I know what I wanted for my life. So.
He pays attention to everything. Wants to know if I've ate. Wants to know how I'm doing. He's very intellectual, and that really turned me on and was the best thing about him.
Is what's going on up here that's sexy.
Absolutely.
I got you.
Right, but don't get it wrong now. I put it down to make sure I keep my room.
My goodness.
It's more than just words, but that's what separated
true.
her from the rest. You know what I mean?
Okay, conversation's great. Being a gentleman is great. Being attentive is great. But there's another component. There's another component to it also.
And you can't lose that component.
You're right.
That has to be there. And so that's why, that's part of the reason why I want to make sure we stay together, because we just complement each other very well. And we're life partners, and he's my teammate, and I just want to make sure we're in good standing.
All right.
Well, so where did it go wrong?
Yeah.
We got in a fight a while back, and it was really, really bad. It's probably the worst fight we've ever had as a couple. Was some issue over the kids, basically, and she wanted to go somewhere, and I wasn't feeling it. I was trying to keep my kids together. I have one other child.
Well, Your Honor, the thing is that I wanted to take my daughter with me, and I was pregnant at the time. And when he didn't want me to take her with me, and he had her and he left the house, and I wasn't able to find them, and, you know, I just felt like my motherhood was being attacked. I felt like, why aren't you giving me our baby? That's when it blew up. To the point, Your Honor, where when I left to go to the party for my family member to go away to the military, I stayed at my grandmother's house for a week. It was so much of a blow up that I didn't think we were going to even reconcile. I thought that it was going to be over.
So this is a big argument you all had?
Yes, Your Honor. During the argument, things were so heated and everything like that, that I ended up mouthing off to authorities because of anger and ended up in handcuffs.
And that's not her. So I won't let her just go out like that. That's not her. She ain't like that, but I knew it was because she was pregnant. Just to be 100, she was acting differently than she normally does.
So in your mind, this was not a relationship-ending argument?
No.
And ultimately, you got through it and you got back together?
Right, and I'm thinking we on the up and up, like, okay, that's behind us. But something just keep tugging at me. I'm like, man, you was gone. You in your hometown. I'm not there. You was angry at me. You got something you need to tell me, like, now's the time. We're not mad at each other. We're not gonna run out of here. We're not gonna do nothing.
Right.
So she confided in me and told me that she, through social media, hit her ex up through Facebook, got a phone number, called him, says he brought her an apple pie or something like that. And they chilled. She was pregnant, so that ain't too far, you know what I'm saying? So, and then she says they just kicked it in his vehicle at her grandmother's house. And I'm like, what?
I sent a message to him because of the argument, and I asked him for his number and told him that I just wanted to talk. And he came and brought me my craving, my apple pie at the time, and we just talked.
This was during the time you all had the big argument?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're at your grandmother?
The time
Yes,
that you
Your Honor.
believed your marriage was basically over?
Yes.
And you hit up your ex on Facebook, and you went to him to confide in him, to talk to him?
Yes, that is true, Your Honor.
Were you talking to him about your marriage?
I was talking to him about the things that we were going through. Yes, I was.
So I feel like, do I not have her heart? You know what I mean? Then I mean, Your Honor, I feel like I put it down in every aspect. You know, that makes me feel like, okay, am I inadequate in some way or something? Like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? I seen the cat. And I'm like, for real?
Okay,
You know
so
what I mean?
wait, hold on. How long after this did you find out that this interaction took place?
Like maybe 5 months afterwards or 4 months or so. I'm not sure, but it was a while ago. So that's what I'm saying. It was like revisiting, like everything flashed forward. Because when she initially told me and confessed it, I swallowed it. I kept my cool because, Your Honor, I want my wife to be able to come to me even when she mess up. Just come and let's see if we can get past it. Give me that opportunity, that choice to see if I want to stay or not. But don't have me live in no lie.
Why would you wait 5 months to tell him
Your
that?
Honor, I was afraid of the way that he would react in losing my family. I was afraid that he would leave me right then. See, when I done this, yes, it was wrong, but I was acting out of anger. I was upset. And just to be honest with you, Your Honors, it's just, I've been with him and been faithful, and I felt attacked with my character and all kind of things. And I just felt if I talked to somebody else, maybe I can feel like I still had it. You know, I mean, just to be honest, I know that sounds crazy, but that's the reason why I done it.
So have you been in communication with your ex since?
No, Your Honor, not in any way, shape, or form.
Were you visiting with him because you wanted to bounce off of him, or was he your backup plan?
I just, like you said, as you put it, wanted to bounce off of him.
Okay. Do you believe that, Mr. Braxton?
I don't know what to believe. That's what the whole problem is. Like, I want to. Interaction, talking in the car sound way better than sex. You know what I'm saying?
And you think there was sex?
I think it's a possibility. And I'm wondering, like, you know, what other avenues of communications is being done or dealt with. Look where my mind was at and her mind was at in the same argument. I'm at home not even thinking about, like, I didn't have no, like,
I mean, but during the argument, like things during the argument, you talk real strong. You say a whole lot of stuff
That's
that
true.
maybe you might not mean, and you hurt me when you were saying all of those things. You made me feel disrespected, and I didn't appreciate it. I felt like, well, why am I going through this if he thinks all of these things about me? Like, I'm still a woman. I think I still look good. I think I still have qualities that other people would want. I have things to offer. I still got it, and I wanted to feel that.
And so you waited 6 months, 5 or 6 months to tell him that. All this time, for a year, it's been spinning in his head. What else isn't she telling me? If you had come home, you tell me if I'm wrong, Mr. Braxton, if she had come home and said, look, I was angry, I was so angry, I reached out to another man to find out, am I wrong? You wouldn't have liked it, but you would have felt differently because she came straight to you with the truth.
Exactly. That would have showed that loyalty that I wanted next to me, and I could have just wrapped that up and moved on because I wasn't going to beat her over the head with it.
Well, here's the deal. We have invited a friend of the court to come and talk to us about what it's like to deal with a partner or spouse when there are questions of infidelity. We would like to invite Trina Braxton to come and share with us. Ron, would you escort her into the court?
Yes, Your Honor. All right, come on in. Okay, we're gonna sit right up next to the judges, please.
Hello, Your Honors.
Hello.
Hi, how are
you?
you?
Great.
It is good to see you.
Likewise. There's no relation.
Yeah,
We were going to clarify that.
we'll clarify.
We don't know that.
So good to see you. Thank you for
Likewise.
taking time out of your busy schedule from your TV show.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're here because we need for you to help and share some things with them from your perspective.
Okay. I have some experience.
We know,
with
we
this.
know.
I have 2 husbands. One of the first things I'm going to say is this. If your spouse or your significant other is doing something that you don't want them to do, or if they're doing something that you wouldn't want done to yourself, that's cheating. Just period. It just is. Because you have to put yourself in that other position. The argument you guys had that led up to this situation, she felt like the words that you said hurt her in such a way to where she felt like she still had to feel like she was wanted in a way. So it had absolutely nothing to do with your prowess, but it had to do with the way you spoke with her. And you can't be so busy putting it down by being busy putting her down. You can't do that. It's not gonna work. But at the same time, communication is key. If you're gonna let it go, let it go. But if you're not going to, let them go, because it's not worth it. It's just not, because it's gonna be a constant circle of overly rehashing again and again and again, and nothing is gonna be ever resolved because you're gonna keep reliving it.
All right, so is there anything that you've done in a relationship that later you kind of regretted and thought, you know, maybe I shouldn't have done that?
I mean, that's with everyone, but let me tell you one thing about regret. Regret is moot, but so is pride. Pride is an emotion a person in love cannot afford. You gotta put it behind you. You really, really do.
Well, Ms. Braxton, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us. This was the kind of information we wanted to hear.
Yes.
And I think our litigants need to hear so that they can make good choices about this passionate love that they clearly have for each other.
It resonates. It resonates. You guys are both still in love with each other. You have to be in love or let it go. Pick one. Can't have both.
This is a marriage on the line. You've accused her of cheating with an ex-boyfriend. She's denied that she had any kind of sexual contact with her ex-boyfriend. And so to get to the bottom of this, the court has retained the services of a licensed private investigator, Kendall Scholl, who is a former special agent with the FBI. Ron, would you please show Mr. Scholl into the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor. I have to stand right over the
How are you, Mr. Scholl? It's good to see
Good,
you.
thank
Good to see you.
very much, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Scholl, would you please tell the court what type of examination you performed in this case?
In this particular polygraph, I use what we call a single theme polygraph examination. Even though we asked 3 different questions on the polygraph exam, all those 3 questions are focused on one specific area or concern.
So you asked Mrs. Braxton these 3 questions. 1, the week you left your husband, did you have sex with your ex-boyfriend? 2, since being married to your husband, have you had sexual intercourse with your ex-boyfriend? 3, the day when your ex-boyfriend brought you an apple pie, did you have sexual intercourse with him? What was her response to these questions?
Mrs. Braxton's responses to all three of those questions was no.
What did the polygraph determine based on her responses?
Polygraph determined that there were equally significant responses to all the questions that I asked, all responding no. And in addition, there were no fluctuations in her responses at all.
Right. So what does that tell you about her responses? Was she being truthful?
She was being truthful.
I'm sorry about that.
All right, Mr. Braxton, how you feeling?
I got a lot of making up to do.
All right. Mr. Cutler can give you some tips about how to make it right. Mrs. Braxton, let me just say I'm so glad that you were telling the truth.
Me too.
Thank you.
We plan to be at your 25th wedding anniversary, so I want to invite.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Braxton, keep putting it down. Keep putting it down.